Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Madison. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with us, whether online or in person. We feel your presence. After the service, we invite you to join us, those of you here, in the Namaste Cafe in the lower level. We have refreshments there. I am Debbie, and I will be your celebration assistant today. Let's stand and join in singing our opening song now, please. Joy is what we are.
It's more than a feeling, joy is what we are. It's more than a feeling, joy is what we are. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. It's more than a feeling, love is what we are. It's more than a feeling, love is what we are. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. It's more than a feeling, peace is what we are. It's more than a feeling, peace is what we are. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. It's more than a feeling, joy is what we are. It's more than a feeling, joy is what we are. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now. Let's feel it, let's be it right now, right now.
Now we will have our opening prayer led by Prayer Chaplain Mary Lynn.
Thanks, Deb. Good morning, everybody. And a happy Father's Day to you, and happy Father's Day to all of you online. As we take this time to center ourselves, let's take a couple long, slow, cleansing breaths. We open ourselves to the presence of Spirit in everything and everyone around us, and that exists within us as well. Sweet Spirit, we are grateful for all the fathers and father figures in our lives. We honor those who have demonstrated strength and courage even in the face of difficulty. We honor those who have mentored and supported us. We honor those who have guided us to be our best selves and to listen to the still small voice within. We are grateful for all the love and care that our fathers have provided and offer understanding and forgiveness when this was not so. We bless all fathers today and every day. May they be filled with joy, love, fulfillment, and peace. And so it is. Thank you, God. Amen.
All right. Now our congregational song, One with the Rock. Stand if you wish.
We are one with the Father.
now it is time for our weekend updates. And to begin, our first slide. Okay. Next Sunday, this is a special announcement. We hope you will join us for a very special summer solstice intergenerational sun ceremony here at church. Sacred songstress, Araceli Ware, and I apologize for mispronouncing any names here, and Pika Calgaro will share their magical solstice music with us. Also, Mexican folklore dancer Sylvia Lopez will speak briefly about the summer solstice through the lens of Mexican folklore culture. Reverend Richard Bunch will share an inspirational reading that focuses on the summer solstice through the unity lens. And Jessica Riffenberg will lead us in an opening sacred space and guide the ceremony. Optional here, bring something to the altar to represent your summer intentions, if you would. And that will be probably up here, or we may use that. You'll bring your item home after the ceremony. You're not going to be asked to leave it here, but if it feels right to you to bring something to honor the summer intentions, please feel free to do that. All ages are welcome. Okay. Next, we have the speaker schedule for the next couple weeks. Reverend Richard Bunch will be speaking June 25th via video. And Sunday, July 2nd, Reverend Tom Wendt will be here in person. He's generally here with his wife, but in the past, but now this coming Sunday, the 2nd, he'll be by himself. So then our next slide is another exciting event. Make Music Madison is going to be here at Unity again, out on our front lawn, Wednesday, June 21st. So that's coming up this Wednesday. So it's your opportunity to enjoy live music on our lawn. The music begins at 4 p.m. We are also letting our Glendale neighbors know, so you get a chance to meet and mingle with them. You can enjoy local artists in a variety of music genres, and it's part of the International Make Music Day celebration. I believe the eBlast has a list of the times that the artists who will be performing here will be performing, so you can look at that and time. If you can't make the whole thing to enjoy, you can at least get to people you really want to hear, especially. All right. Next slide is about the Fourth Friday Fellowship. That is ongoing. It is meeting at Lakeside Street Coffee House, 402 West Lakeside Street in Madison, and it meets at 10 a.m. So everyone is welcome who wants to join with other unity-oriented people to join in conversation. It's a very casual gathering. You can contact Diane at 608-576-6530 for more information. Now, we do have a class coming up. Licensed teacher Barry Roberts will be teaching from the book Metaphysics 1. It is an opportunity to explore unity foundational principles, prayer, and meditation. This class is based on the book Heart-Centered Metaphysics, that's pictured up there, by Reverend Paul Hasselbeck. The book is available through our bookstore and on Amazon. Sign up today in the foyer, or you can contact the church office to express your interest. All right, many people here are interested in making announcements or sharing information. And if you have things that you would like to have in our announcements, there's guidelines now to make sure they can get in there. There's certain timeframes that have to be met because we have to get slides made and people have to be notified to do all the processes involved here. We love sharing announcements. Make sure yours are heard by the time you want them to. These are the guidelines. So if you're sending something for the e-blast, the Thursday before the Sunday of the e-blast, well, actually it comes out on Fridays normally. So you need to get those in by 7 p.m. at the eblast@unityofmadison.org address. So if you have something you would like to see on the Unity website, you can put in a request for that. Again, Thursday, 7 p.m. And that one would go to webpage@unityofmadison.org. And then Sunday announcements, those are due Monday, the end of the day, the Monday just prior to the Sunday. So tomorrow would be, by the end of the day tomorrow would be the deadline for any announcements you would like to see next Sunday. And that goes to office@unityofmadison.org. I guess that would enable people who are putting this all together to get the slides made, things into the announcement format and all that. So we have many more events going on at our church. So if you would like to look it over, see if there's anything else of interest for you or that draws you, visit unityofmadison.org for the details on those items. So now I want to express a welcome to anybody who is here for the first time, either online or in person. We're not going to ask you to stand up so we can all look at you. You can remain anonymous if you wish, but we do want to welcome you, so feel free to reach out if you are looking for that. Unity of Madison is an inclusive spiritual community that welcomes people of all faiths and backgrounds. We acknowledge the wisdom of all spiritual traditions and respect each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. Our goal is to empower and encourage each other in our spiritual journey. We have some informational packets that are available on the back table here in the sanctuary if you would like to know more about Unity of Madison. If you are online and would like one of these packets, you can go to our website or www.unityofmadison.org or send an email to office@unityofmadison.org. Now I'd like to invite you all to join me in our affirmation. Yep. Together. Unity of Madison is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us. And with God as our source, we accomplish mighty works together. Okay, now is the time where we greet our neighbors, and we will be singing, I See the Light in Your Eyes. And again, feel free, if you're a hugger, you can indicate that, or shake hands, or if you just want to bow, that's up to you. Okay.
I see
Now it's time for some introductions. Our musicians, plural, I think, or it is Pete Kilgarill. One of the fathers that blesses us with so much of his creativity and talent. We also have a gratitude of the week, which is about Pete. Okay. It's certainly worthy of repeat. Okay. This week we want to express our gratitude to Pete Kilgarill. Pete generously shares his musical talents with us. He has composed countless amazing songs that we sing on Sunday mornings. Pete often creates new songs to coordinate with the Sunday message, deepening our experience of the message. The joyful environment created with this music is integral to the unique place that is Unity of Madison. In addition, he brings talented musicians to perform at our services. Thank you for the passion and dedication you bring to our services and special services at Unity of Madison. So let's applause again. Alrighty. Okay. Now we need to settle down a little bit. So we have good joyful noises. And we will now continue feelings of happiness and gratitude with the daily word, which is about, of course, blessing for fathers. All right. If you take a moment to settle as you find appropriate, we'll read this. Today, I bless and give heartfelt thanks to my father and the men who were fatherly figures to me. Their protecting presence, wise guidance, and caring instruction have helped make me the person I am today. I bless my father and those who shared a father's love and care with prayers of appreciation for my memories throughout the seasons of my life. Through good times and bad, I see God expressing through my father and the men who have shown me fatherly love. I bless them with prayers of gratitude, affirming they know the love and care of God as they have shown it so generously and faithfully to me. From Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Now, I invite you to join me in affirming together the affirmation. Together. I bless my father and the men who have shown me fatherly kindness. Thank you. All right. Now we have some special music followed by our speaker for today, Reverend Richard Bunch.
So this is a song, it's actually from I think the Pete's Dragon 2 or something soundtrack. Yeah. It's by a group called Lumineers. I thought it was appropriate for Father's Day. So, see what you think. Nobody knows how to say goodbye. Seems so easy till you try. Then the moments pass you by. Nobody knows how to say goodbye. Through the darkness to the dawn. When I look back, you
my feet to carry on, beats my heart when you are gone. Love is deep as the road is long. Nobody knows how the story ends. Live the day, do what you can. And this is only where it began. Nobody knows how the story ends. Nobody knows how the story ends.
Well, happy Father's Day, everybody. And it is Father's Day. And we're going to celebrate Father's Day in a little different way because there are always two sides to a story. And there's a quote I have here by Barack Obama that says, someone once said that every person is trying to live up to a father's expectation or make up for their father's mistakes. Some of you may be sitting here today thinking about your father's mistakes and the effect it's had on you. What they call that is the father wound. And the father wound is not unusual, and it does take some work in order to get through it. So today I want to talk a little bit about the father wound and how we can heal that, and then talk about the process and how we can teach our children the power and the love that they are, and that we can allow our children to feel our love, which is so very important as a father and as a single parent who plays both roles. And so as we understand this and begin to understand the wounded father, it is an emotional scar that results from the unhealthy relationships with our fathers. When we feel resentful of our fathers in some way because they left or they were abusive or they just weren't good fathers for whatever reason, and good communicators and couldn't show their feelings. As a result, when people are in that situation, they feel lost. They feel angry. They feel like they are missing a vital piece of their emotional makeup, emotional intelligence, and communication skills that should have been passed down to us from our father. So how do we identify a father wound? Well, one of the easiest ways is to identify an unhealed father wound is by analyzing our attitudes towards our other men, particularly when we first meet them. Now, this applies to a woman and a man both who feels a father wound. And when we first meet people, sometimes we instinctively distrust them if we have a father wound. And we can notice that. We have a hard time flashing the first smile. We have a hard time understanding and being introduced to another individual, maybe. We keep our cards close. We become close-vested. We want to give a lot of information out. And that makes the first introduction somewhat difficult. We keep our cards closed and are slow to pick up on friendships with men in particular. Part of the behavior is just a product of guy culture. By nature, we are more private and come across less friendly or welcoming than women. But there is a difference between the culture of reservedness and the assumption of malicious intent that we project onto the men around us. When we experience the latter, it's a sign that we need to work on our father wound. And so how do we heal that? How do we understand how to go about that work? And it really is a spiritual experience. We can do it through support groups. We can do it through support of another, like a psychiatrist, therapist, minister, good friend who understands you and you trust emotionally. And so as we understand that, what happens is that when we start to recognize this in ourselves, those with absent fathers or fathers who have passed away often feel as though they cannot work on this wound because their father is not around to share in the repair process and benefit from that repaired bond. But this thinking just lets us off the hook and puts the hard work that is ours to do or sets it aside. We're in denial. And actually, in actuality, we can heal by ourselves. We can embody the full gifts of the masculine in our own lives without needing our father's permission or even presence. Once we've learned how to heal and connect better with our masculine selves, we can begin to devote our full, committed attention and energy to things that actually matter. And we can do it in a way that's clean, that no longer has any resentment to fear. And so one of the ways that we can go about doing this is through looking at the 5 principles. And here is where we can not only heal ourselves, but we can come across and demonstrate to our children that we are spiritual beings, they are spiritual beings, and that there is only one source in the universe, okay? And that is the source of oneness, one power and one presence that connects us all together. And as we understand that and explain that and live that, what happens is our unconditional love for our children can come forth. One time I was having a pretty hard time in life, and I was talking to my dad about it, and I was really concerned about how he felt about me, to be honest. And as we talked, he just stopped and he looked at me. He said, "Richard, I want you to know that I love you unconditionally. There's nothing you can do to keep me from loving you." Wow, that brought tears to my eyes. It made me understand how much he cared. And it also was a great role model of understanding how a father can be. And so one is, again, being in the 5 principles, this understanding there's one source, there's one presence, one power, and understanding that is unconditional love in our lives. And then the second thing is to help your children discover the power within them, that they are spiritual beings, that they're having a spiritual experience, they are in the human condition, and they're learning to grow and grow spiritually. That's what life is really all about, understanding our spiritual self, using that spiritual self to solve problems, solve issues, solve feelings, emotions, and let them know that you are doing that and that they have the power to do that also. And then after that, what we're looking at is help our children understand the power of imagination. Let them know that they can imagine anything they want, and it will come into their lives if they really do the work necessary. Teach them how to imagine and take the imagination and bring it into actual physical beingness as reality, that they can understand the power of mind action. They can understand that how to imagine is to feel the imagination, to experience imagination, and help them understand that imagination can go 2 ways. You can imagine the worst, or you can imagine the best. And when we imagine the worst, we suffer, we hurt. And really, it really means that we're in a maybe father wound situation. But when we are able to really experience the power of imagination in a positive way, it literally carries us into our destiny. It gives us the ability to trust ourselves and to trust that the source within us, the love within us, the power within us can be used to create a life that's meaningful, where we can create a life where we make a difference in the world. And that doesn't mean that you become president of the United States or that you become a world leader. It simply means that in the world that you live in, your world, that we can become, and a child can become, through the power of imagination, all they want to become. And they will have an effect on the world. When one has a family that is dynamically and openly living life in a positive way, when one has a family that is functional, then what happens is that they are making a difference in the world, a huge difference. They may not be able to see it, but it's happening. Because as we raise our children, as we create opportunities as fathers, as single parents, as individuals, or when we have maybe have an effect on a person who is not our natural child, may be adopted or may be a friend's child who maybe didn't have a father figure, and you become the father figure. When we're able to do that, we're able to teach them that they can imagine and become whatever it is they so desire. And that they can create the opportunities as children to create more in their life. And what do I mean by that? It means that they see themselves in a positive way, with an ability to learn, with an ability to grow, with an ability to understand, feel, love. And as they understand that they can take those ingredients and create that life, that screen of life that is positive and loving and caring, and they can then know the importance of good education, know the importance of family, knowing the importance of love, knowing the importance of how they show up in the world. And it's all through that power of imagination. And then we can teach them to meditate. We can teach them affirmative prayer at a very young age. I've had parents tell me at 2, 3 years old, they have their children meditating. I've had parents tell me at a very young age, they're talking to the children about how much they love them, how much they care for them. And they're understanding the power of prayer in their lives, affirmative prayer. That you can pray for what you want in your life. And when you do that, you are affirming and bringing into being that which you want in your life. You teach them how to meditate, to quiet their minds, to quiet their body, so that they are comfortable in their skin, so they can understand there is a time for silence, a time to be still, which gives us more strength and more endurance when we're not meditating, when we're in life itself. And then the fifth principle is to take appropriate action, to teach your children how to respond, not react. And as children are growing up emotionally, they tend to react many times. It is a great opportunity for you to point out to them how they can learn to respond, how to have appropriate action that resolves issues. Nonviolent communication, nonviolent demonstration. Ways to make a difference and yet still demonstrate with love and understanding. Ways that appropriate actions lead them into leadership, if that's what they're called today, do. Lead them into opportunities that maybe never would appear if they are not emotionally mature. Emotionally mature children take emotionally appropriate action, and it increases their self-respect. It increases the trust in themselves and their trust to make decisions. When we do that, we are helping our children live life in a meaningful way. What a great gift to live life in a meaningful way. And when we do that, we are then letting them and allowing them to understand that the key to demonstrating and creating a path to a world that works for all is in taking appropriate action. To teach them that we are our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper, society's keeper, that we are to be merciful and be in mercy and seeing life as a blessing, to understand how to be meek and how to be poor in spirit, and how to understand to be a peacemaker, to, in essence, follow the Beatitudes that Jesus taught. And another thing we can do with children is teach them that religion is not important, but spirituality, being a spiritual being, is important. And when we teach them Jesus and share with them Jesus as a way shore, what happens is they are able to have and somebody to identify with. Having an experience with Jesus from the standpoint of day-to-day understanding of how to live our lives is very important. It's not the only way to do it. There are many other sources, many other paths, but it's one of the paths that in particular Western society is very powerful. And so teaching that child to understand that Jesus is really a companion and that his words are important. But like I said, not everybody follows that as their core belief, a part of their core belief. And it's not always important to do that. Our children, as long as they're raised to have an understanding of themselves, understanding that they are spiritual in nature, an understanding of how to grow in spirit and journey through spirit as they grow up. That's what's really important. And so I just want to share with you this idea that when they have a role model, whatever it might be, and you are one of them, that they are able to relax and trust life even more. And so we look for this appropriate action and take appropriate action as we move along. And when we teach them to meditate and understand themselves, what we help our children do is discover the power within. That they can be dependent upon themselves in some issues and some circumstances that are in their lives and will come in their lives as they grow. They will learn how to depend and trust the power of meditation, the power of affirmative prayer. They will learn to understand and know that you as a father care, that you are a role model. You see, little children believe their parents are gods. They can't separate the two until they get older. And in that sense, you are God in action to them. And you are also the spirit, individualized spirit of the divine, shining out into the world. So part of being a father is to be that expression and that manifestation of the divine. And the most amazing thing will happen. The children will know and understand that there is this power within them to create, to respond, and to make a life of their own that is healthy and is meaningful. And so as we look at this, I just thought what I'd like to do is finish up with a video. And so next comes up this video, and then we'll go into meditation.
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
Oh, man.
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
What about me makes you proud?
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
I have to answer that one? Just about everything that you do. You're loving, you're funny. I could go on and on.
What makes me proud about you is you just being yourself.
I had trouble with alcohol. It was actually an intervention. Even with all the other people there, you were the real reason that I made the decision to go into the treatment center that I did. And thank you.
You're helpful. Yeah, you forgot the funny part.
Your attention to hygiene.
Dad, I'm grateful to you for choosing to stay when I was little. At the time when I'm graduating and I'm packing up and leaving, then it's really gonna hit me. And
I think about a time when if you're not around, like that would be awful. But like you're the person that would always laugh.
Dad, I'm grateful because we didn't know how long you were gonna be with us, so we're so happy you're still here. Dad, I'm proud of you for knowing that the most important thing was to just give your kids so much time.
I've always been impressed by you. You made it easy. Thanks.
I miss having a chance to just check in with you. I miss your sketchbooks.
I love you. I love you too. You got it. We don't say it enough.
Hey, I love you, Dad. It doesn't compute until they're gone. So tell them now.
Sort of weird standing so close to each other.
So now, maybe with a tear in your eye. Let's take this time to meditate, to experience Father's Day. No matter how that shows up for you. To affirm that it is in the way of a father-child relationship, that it is healing in this very moment. That you are grateful for one thing in particular, that your father brought you into this world. Played a very important role to give you life. And so in this moment, give thanks to a father you may not know, to a father who maybe did not know how to show his love for you, to a father who loves you and you knew he loved you, to a father who played a responsible role in creating all the needs that you had in life, the financial needs, the food. Just take a moment, no matter how you feel about your father, to say thank you. Thank you. The role that you've had in my life. Thank you for allowing me to share with you, talk with you, maybe during a time of prayer, if you're not present, and to heal from any sense of not being attached. And so I give thanks for this opportunity just to be in the silence and to think about the dad that I have or did not have in my life. And so with all the power within you, the power of your soul, the power of your mind, allow yourself to be thankful of the dad that you had and what that dad taught you. And so we say, Namaste.
Radiant one, you shine trees lining the winding road. I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he kept hid. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like the north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. And I'm gonna go there free. Like the fool I am and I'll always be, I've got a dream, I've got a dream. They can change their minds, but they can't change me. I've got a dream, I've got a dream. And I know I can share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
All right. All right, now is the time when we collect our offerings. So I invite you to take your tithes and offerings in your hands or place them over your heart if you wish, as we say together our offertory blessing. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. The ushers will come forward and collect our gifts while we sing the offertory song, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
Okay, if the ushers would come forward, please, and face the rest of the congregation. And I ask that we all now will join together and bless our offerings together. We are grateful for these tithes and offerings. We bless them and send them forth to do their great and mighty works. Amen. Okay. Let's see. Do we have kids today? We do? Okay, and while we're waiting for our younger members to arrive, let us say together our youth prayer together. We now open our hearts to the children and families seeking a welcoming spiritual community filled with light and love, and so it is. Amen. So.
Good morning. We talked about imagination. Again, the power of imagination. And we had a couple stories, and then we built things with boxes and paper tubes and plastic jugs, all kinds of things that I've been saving up for the kids. So it was very fun. We had a good time. Anyone want to share anything? Yeah.
I made a house, but I didn't really know what I was making.
It looked really good, though.
I was making a spaceship with my sister.
Thank you, guys.
What a creative bunch. Hey. All right, well, we appreciate your presence and we want to bless you. So I ask everyone to join in blessing our youth ed participants. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Thank you, and you're already enjoyed who you came with, I guess. You have not, you can go ahead and go back to that, and I invite us all now to please stand and sing our peace song. Say together our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God is over us.